Okay, so this is the monkey chair, probably in an 80% complete state, but it should give you a good idea. So this is with the guards on, as if you were transporting the primate down a hallway or anything. They would be in here, their arms would be all enclosed. They have the option, sometimes you can put food here for them and they can reach it with their fingertips and they can feed themselves up through this hole and whatnot. So to give you an idea how it would load, so these guards lift off, and you can set them down, and this opens up, and this would be open. So this would be when you go down to animal care and you want to get the monkey into the chair. They have this collar on their neck. You help guide them into the collars, blocks. Once they get in there, you can just shut this. That locks them in place, so they can't get out. You can then use a secondary lock to just a secondary measure just to make sure that this doesn't ever open up by accident. So then that gives that an extra really good secure lock. And then this can be closed to help further help the animal. So there's usually a perch that's here. It's just not on this chair yet. And then again, that's when this guard would go on. And you can now transport the animal. Sometimes what they do here at our university is it's missing on here, but there's usually a head fixation post here. So you can drape a blanket or something over the chair. Then like I said, it's supported because there would be a rod here. So that way it's not interfering with the monkey's head. So that's this. So then what you would do is once you get down to your lab and you're ready to start working with the animal, with the robot. So in this case, we have one of our Exo UTS left-handed versions here. So if we were going to work with the left-handed robot, we would remove the left guard. And it is now here. So the right arm, usually, once the monkeys are trained, they'll keep their right arms within this enclosure. Sometimes if they're not well behaved or during training, I know our techs here will use some of these holes and they will kind of Velcro the arm. There's holes at the front here as well. They're 1/2 inch in diameter. And they come up with some sort of little system to help contain it in this enclosure. So this will come in. You secure this to the chair. So now we would have our robot system here. You would help get the NHP. We have the arm troughs that aren't on there. These arm troughs would be on, and sometimes they Velcro the arms in, they put all the arms on, and then you would dock this whole thing into the VR stand. So this is where you'll notice in our system, you were asking a little about stability. This is not bolted down right now, so it can be moved, but you do have the option of bolting it down. So it's a very stable system, except when you initially come in. If you hit it too hard, you can move it. So if I come in, and you can see it's moving the system. But once you put the clamps on, and you can even apply these brakes if you want, but even without the brakes on, you can see like it's pretty stable. And that's without this being bolted down. So one simple way to improve stability is you can put wheel brakes on everywhere. That stiffens up a fair amount. And again, you could go a step further if you wanted, and you could bolt this down. The other option I think you mentioned was about using your arm guard, your arm trough. So I'm going to pull this out. So if, for example, in this instance, you were using the left arm robot as shown, and you wanted to secure the right arm in your guard, I made a little mock-up so you can take this off. Your guard probably won't work with this on. Not to say you couldn't come up with some sort of custom way, but probably as is it would not. So I just, looking at your picture, I just loosely drafted up something here. So it's about 2 inches high, 2 3/4 wide, and about 12 inches long, just to give you an idea for scale. So if you had that on here, this belly plate moves, you can maybe drill some holes, you can maybe, bolt this down or clamp this down somewhere on here. If you wanted to get into some sort of custom thing, you may be able to drill another hole in the frame or utilize one of these bolt holes.